Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where this time we're going to be taking a look at the age-old question of why wasn't Leia trained as a Jedi the same as Luke was intended to be? And I think there's a lot of different ways to look at this question. I think when I look at it personally, my question would be why didn't Yoda take Leia with him to Dagobah? This remote planet that's kind of off the radar. He would be able to kind of train her from an early age and kind of lead her into that path. Um, but my first response to that one would be number one, Dagobah does have a dark side presence around it, as you can see in the cave when Luke confronts the vision of Darth Vader, sees himself in the mask. So there is a dark presence around the planet, and maybe Luke would be afraid that Yoda would be afraid that a young Leia would you know be around all of that dark presence and could succumb to the dark side. Because there had to have been some fear of Luke and Leia turning to the dark side because of the actions of their father. So Obi-Wan and Yoda knew that they had to play this very carefully. Um, and that's another aspect of it, is the fact that they did not want to repeat what they had done as Jedi before, with bringing in Jedi at a very young age and, kind of indoctrinating them into the Jedi Order. They kind of wanted to, let them grow up organically and let them kind of choose that path when the time was right. Um, Now, with that being said, in doing that, they let Leia go with Bail Organa and his wife to the planet of Alderaan, where she would be this princess. She would have this luxurious lifestyle. And maybe as she would grow up, they feared that her leading that type of life, not only would she have attention brought to her because of her, family being in high standing in the Senate, but also, that many attachments surrounding her, her attachment to, Bail and Braille Organa, her attachment to Alderaan, her attachment to this, wealthy, luxurious lifestyle, would lead her more susceptible to fall to the dark side if she was taken from that and trained. And I think once, she was set in that path and Luke was set in his path on Tatooine, that Luke being the one to be trained, kind of having come from nothing and wanting a lot more out of the universe. It made Luke the better choice at that time. Now, I think if the roles were switched, I think Leia would have been the one chosen if she was coming from the desert, from the Lars homestead, with really this very very low ranking lifestyle, and being a moisture farmer. I think Leia would have been the one to have been trained if Luke had been the one in like royalty and with, like I said, with all those attachments. So um but that's not to say that we do know that Leia did attempt to train later on in life, but she was pregnant with Ben Solo, and she she didn't really want to leave from kind of having the lifestyle that she had, risk anything with her raising her son. So she gave up on her Jedi training, and I think that was something that Luke respected. It's something that Obi-Wan and Yoda would have respected as well. Um, their goal with the Skywalker twins was, for one of them to finish the path of the chosen one and, defeat the Empire. And, ultimately it did turn out to be Luke, but Leia also played an equally important role in the rebellion's victories during that time period. So it all worked out. But, yeah, that's going to be it for this video. I appreciate you watching. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. It helps out the channel a lot. And as always, may the force be with you. Now let's blow up that like button and go home.